Did you know you can run Instagram ads to get a ton of Instagram followers for your account quickly and easily? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up this campaign. It's super easy. Let's get into it right now. Now you might be asking, hey, why would I want to run Instagram ads to get more followers to my account? This isn't really organic, right? But there are advantages to it, and there are reasons why you may want to run some campaigns, spend a little money, and get more followers. Now, the first reason, of course, is so that you can reach more people. Maybe you're just starting out and you haven't been using Instagram for a while and you haven't been doing a lot of social media marketing or posting. Well, if you don't have a lot of fans and followers yet, using Facebook ads or Instagram ads in this case to get more followers will help you attract more people to your account. You're exposing yourself so that people can follow you, learn who you are, what you do, and why they should follow you. The second reason why you would want to do this is to build up credibility. Now think about it. If you are advertising on Facebook or Instagram, if you are posting regularly on your profile, maybe you're selling products, maybe you're promoting your services, maybe you are trying to get more leads for yourself. So by running ads, you're accelerating your social growth. You're accelerating your social proof so that you can gain more followers faster. And then when you do promote, you're not only reaching more people, but as people check out your account, they're going to see that you have more followers. And just psychologically, that's going to say, hey, people trust this person, so I should trust them too. So that's two reasons why running Instagram ads to attract more followers for you makes sense. Now, in this video, what I'm going to do is take you on a step-by-step demo showing you exactly how to set up this type of ad campaign. Let's get into that right now. Okay, so we're here in our ads manager. This is one of my testing accounts here. And to get started with this, the first thing you want to do is find the little green button at the top here that says create. We're going to click on that and a new window is going to open up and it's going to allow us to select the campaign objective. In this case, what we want is traffic. So let's select that and click continue. Now, sometimes you're going to get this kind of a pop-up where you have a choice of using the recommended settings, and that will allow Meta to choose all the settings for you, or you can have manual control. And I always like to have manual control because we want to control the specific elements that we set up for this campaign. So click on manual and click create. Now, just as a quick background, whenever you create a campaign, you're going to have multiple structures. There's the campaign level, there's the ad set level, which is a group of ads, and then you have your individual ads. In this case, for this type of a campaign, we're only going to be focusing on one set of of a group of ads. So we're going to go into this really quick and easy, and I'm just going to show you how to set everything up. If you would like more detail and an explanation of the different types of campaigns and setups, there is a link below in the description. You can follow it there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in and just create a name for this campaign. In this case, Instagram. Now, if you are in a special interest category, if, for example, you are a real estate agent, you will need to select that here under the special interest category. So if you're financial related, if you're employment related, housing, then you would select that. In my case, we're not going to do that, but I have many clients that are real estate agents that I help with their Facebook ads. And normally for them, I would select housing. We're just going to quickly go to the bottom. We don't need to adjust anything else here. Let's jump to the ad set level. And again, we'll just name this. And now the next thing we want to look at here is the conversion. Where do we want our ad to convert? And in this case, we don't want website traffic. We don't want a messaging app. We want people to go to our Instagram profile. So we're going to select that here. Once you do that, you're going to notice that the performance goal changes. And in this case, we don't actually have any ability to adjust that. And that's completely okay because you'll see that it says maximum number of Instagram profile visits, and that's exactly what we want. So we can continue down below. Now, budget, this is completely up to you. For this example, we're just going to say we're going with a $5 a day budget. You can go $3, you can go $10, you could go $20 if you really wanted to accelerate this and grow a lot in a short amount of time. In this case, I'm going to leave it as $5 a day. We select our start date. And if you want, you can select an end date. Let's just say we're going to run this for 2 weeks. So we'll select an end date. and then we can continue on. Now, the thing that we want to address here is where exactly do we want our ad to show? What audiences do we want to see it? Now, you've got a couple different options here. If you are a local small area, then you would focus that specifically on that small area and you would drill down. So for example, if you're a real estate agent and you want to make sure that you don't attract fans or followers from, let's say, the US, if you're located in Toronto, Canada, then don't open yourself up. Now, typically, there's a couple different approaches I take here when we're doing some type of campaign like this. If you are brand new, if you have a very small following on Instagram, it doesn't hurt to pay a little bit of money, widen the scope here, because what's going to happen is you're going to attract followers. If the goal, again, is just to build up that follower for social proof, if you want to build up that follower base, focus on even possibly worldwide and run this. The reason is that if you're focusing worldwide and you're very broad, the cost for getting followers is going to be lower than it would if you're focused on a small niche area. The reason is because you might attract followers from an area that maybe isn't your target market or your target country even. But if you're going to get followers, let's say from India or other countries like that, the cost for a follower is going to be significantly lower. So if, let's say, your goal is to get 1,000 or 2,000 followers, and you're starting out in your journey right now and you have maybe 100 or less, focus for a small amount of time on a wide audience. That's going to get you a lot of followers at a low cost. If, let's say, you're in the range of 500 or over a couple hundred followers, and you just want to get to that 1,000 threshold, I would focus on your target areas. So for me, for example, a lot of my clients are from Canada and the US. I'll leave it open to Canada and the US until I get to my target threshold. Maybe it's 1,000 followers, maybe it's 2,000 followers. Once you're beyond that 2,000, you can really narrow it down. So going back to my example here, if you are, let's say, a real estate agent and you focus on only people in a certain area, let's say Toronto, or a specific city, right? Or if you want to expand that to a greater area than just one city, then you can do that in the targeting. I'm going to go back into screen sharing mode now and show you exactly how to do that. And this will all make sense. Okay, so we're back here on the area location. And as I mentioned, if you are starting out, you can focus, instead of going in one area, you can say worldwide. And it'll actually, if we just take these out, you just focus on worldwide and you'll see that now we're focusing on everybody, and you've got a huge estimated area size here, but the cost for getting those leads will be much lower. Now let's adjust this. Let's say I want Canada and I want the United States. Then now we're focusing on two areas. You can see that our area is smaller than it was if we were worldwide. However, it's still very big. So we could go with that. Now, let's say that you wanted to go with the approach. You've got, let's say 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, and you want to focus on your specific niche area. Then you can drill down and focus on specific cities, and you can go in and adjust the radius. If you wanted a smaller radius of that area, you could do that. If you wanted to, again, expand bigger, which a lot of real estate agents still will focus on a big audience, then you can go that route. For this example, I'm going to go with Canada and the US just to show you as an example. And we'll continue on. So we've picked our location. Now you're coming down to this Advantage Plus audience area, and you can see that right now everything is wide open. Assuming in this case that I am not going worldwide. If I was worldwide, I would actually leave this completely open. I would go into this and I would maybe adjust the age, but I would leave everything else blank. Okay. Assuming now that I'm going into Canada and the US, I might want to adjust the age here because we're getting a little bit more narrow, right? So let's say I'm looking for people in the range of 23 to 65 plus. I could even add in some demographic stuff here if I wanted to. If I was specifically trying to, let's say for me, let's say I'm trying to get people who are real estate agents. So then I might want to, focus on real estate agents as their job titles. And I could even click on browse here and it would help me. Now, the more stuff you have here, it's going to help you again. So let's just do that again. And where I might want their job title. So we did job title as agents. And now we've got agent and that. Now you're going to see how more things are populating here. Now their job, you might want that to be their job. You might want to say realtor. So we're getting really specific here, which is good. It's just helping. You'll see that this might drop the estimated audience, but what we're doing is we're really trying to help Instagram know exactly who do we really want to follow. And we can go there. Now, another thing that you can do if you wanted to get more specific is to eliminate an audience and to also focus on people that you already know. Going back again to a small audience group. If we know that we have, let's say, over 2,000 followers and we really want to focus on realtors and we really want to get more people that are like that, or if we've built up a following to our Instagram account and we know that this is the audience that we like Instagram already, we've got a lot of followers that are our niche audience. What we want to do is say to Instagram, hey, when we're running this ad, we want more people like the people who are already following us. I'm going to show you how to set up that type of targeting. Now, if again, you're unsure of how to do all this stuff, if you're somebody who's looking for somebody else to help you create these campaigns, to really know what to do to get better results, one of the services I offer a lot of my clients is done for you Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns. So if you've been challenging, if you're finding this challenging, if you're finding it hard to set up the right types of campaigns, to narrow down on the right type of targeting, you can check out, there's a link below in this video in the description where you can connect with me and hire me to help you with your Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns. And that's what I do all day long with tons of clients. So if that's something that you're interested in, going beyond just learning how to do this, but having somebody do it for you, connect with me below. But right now, let's jump back into screen sharing mode and I'm going to show you some advanced audience targeting techniques. Let's get into that. Okay, so back into the campaign, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to back out. I'm going to delete some of this stuff. Now we're leaving this open again. I've adjusted age, but what I want to do is I want to show you a next step of this. I want to show you how to eliminate people that are already followers of us on our campaign so that we are sure we're going to reach new people. And I also want to show you how to create a lookalike audience. Let's assume that we were specifically targeting a city, Toronto as an example. Now, what I would do here, if I have over 2,000 followers, if I know that the followers on my account are the niche audience that I'm looking for, what I would do is I would actually come over to the left side here and you'll see that on these menus, and I want to click on audiences. Now, because this is one of my test accounts, you're going to see that I may have some audiences. Actually, in this case, I don't. So this is perfect. So we're going to create a custom audience here. And what we want to do is tap into Instagram account. And we're going to click next. Now, the one caveat here is that we need to make sure we have an Instagram account linked to us already. I'm just going to use one of my testing accounts here. So actually, I'll go with my Going Social account. So we've got that here. And now what I'm looking for is Ads Account Center, people who have started following this account. So we're going to create that and we're going to name this Instagram followers. Okay, so what this audience is doing, we're creating an audience where Facebook is going to create a targeted audience for us of people who are already following our Instagram account, and just create audience. Now that's the first step. So what this is going to allow us to do is to And I'll show you how to do this in a second. But what we're going to be doing is basically eliminating this audience when we create our campaign. So what we're doing is we're ensuring that, hey, Facebook, we don't want you to show this ad to people who are already following us on Instagram. But there is one step above that. I want to create what's called a lookalike audience. So I can come in here, click on these dots, and click create lookalike audience. And what we're doing is we're creating a follower base based on people who are already following us. And now we have to select our audience location. Again, because we are niching down, we know that we want people in Canada and we want to find a big audience. Now, sometimes, depending on how specifically small of an audience we're focusing on, I think 1 million is big. So because we're focusing on Canada and we want a lookalike audience and our account right now is fairly small, you may want to expand this until you get to anywhere from 500. In this case, it's actually doing it for us. It's not really adjusting things. So you can see here, if I did 2%, I'm at about 600K. If I go to 1%, I'm below 500K. I wanted to make that bigger. So I'm going with a big audience, 3 million here or 1 million here, and we're going to create that. So now we're going to see two audiences here, our lookalike and our Instagram followers. Let's jump back into Ads Manager where we click on campaigns here. We're going to have to find that campaign again, click on edit. We're going to go back to the ad set level. We're going to scroll down, and where we get to audience in this area here, we've got custom audiences. So there's two things that we want to do. The first is we want to find that lookalike audience, and we're going to create that. We'll pop that in. And what we also want to do is we want to add an exclusion. So we're going to click on add exclusions. And you're going to see that jump up here. And now what we want to do is exclude our followers. So again, to refresh, we are targeting in here in our audience, we are targeting to find, we want this ad to show to our lookalike audience, which should be about 1 million. And we want to exclude current followers. We're targeting these locations, and we can continue on, and that's good. Now, in most cases, when we get to placements here, the placements should be okay because Facebook is going to control that. But I'm going to click edit here. And normally I wouldn't leave this on, but because it's an Instagram account, you're going to see that it is already knows to target Instagram. And if we click on these, you'll see where you're exactly targeting. Now, targeting these areas is completely fine for this type of a campaign. So I wouldn't typically have adjusted anything anyways, but we just double checking things. Everything looks good. So again, now we can jump to the next level. Now at this stage, we've set up our campaign, we've set up our ad set. The next thing is we need to set up an ad. The best way that I recommend you do this, because it is an introductory ad, you've got a couple choices. You could use an image, but I often find that a video type ad, video creative, will actually perform best because it's you talking and introducing yourself. Now I have created an ad. I'm not going to use it here. I'm not going to show you, but there is a process where what you want to do, or the formula for this, is you want to basically explain who you are, what you do, what solutions you provide, and then include a call to action. So in my case, I might do something like, hey, my name is Lowell Brown. I'm the CEO of Going Social, a social media marketing agency where I help people improve their Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, I want to show you exactly how I do that step by step. So all you have to do is follow me on my Instagram account where we'll connect and you'll be able to see what I do, how I do it, and learn for yourself. Click the link below and follow me, and I'll talk to you soon. So that's just an example. I was winging it there. You can tell that I did this really, really quickly, but it wasn't too bad of an ad or a script to follow for something like that. Again, I explained who I am. And again, this was really, really short, right? I explained who I am. I explained what I do. I gave a reason why people would want to follow me. And that's what's the solution that I provide? What type of content do I share? How can I help them? And I included a call to action, which is click the link below, follow me on my profile, and I'll talk to you soon. So that's kind of the formula that you want to run with this type of ad. I'm just going to use in this example a video for another type of thing that I've created, just so that you can see what the process is to set up this ad. Let's go back to screen sharing mode now, and let's get into setting up this ad. So we'll click on the ad level. We're just going to name this ad. I'll just call it Instagram followers. Okay. And now when we get down here, you want to make sure you're selected the right Facebook page. So in my case, I need to change this up. We're going to go with my going social page. And then you got to make sure that you're selected the right Instagram account. You may or may not have more than one Instagram account. And because you're running this ad to get more followers, it's really important to make sure that you have selected the correct Instagram account here. Now, in terms of selecting that ad, again, you've got a couple choices here. One is I could use an existing post. So I could go and say, hey, I've already got a post on my Instagram profile. Let's select that post, and you would get in and you could, choose an ad to use. And right away, it's going to use whatever you used as that post as your ad. So if you do have an ad you've created that works well to, again, follow the formula that I gave you, then you could do that and you could use your post right there. If you don't have that and you've got a standard video, what you want to do is click create an ad, single image or video. In that case, that's what we want. Again, I do recommend you deselect multi-advertiser ads for this type of a thing. You don't need that. And then what we would do is select our video. So I'm just going to quickly upload a video. Now this would as well give you some text. I'm not going to go into great detail. Again, you would want to follow a formula. I'm just going to quickly copy and paste something here that I did earlier. Just as a quick example, I've got that in, and Instagram profile is used, and then you want to click on next. Now I'm going to upload a video. This is not the one that I would typically use, but I'm just doing this as an example. It's uploading, and then you click on next. It'll allow you to crop if you need to. I don't need to. I'll just click next, and we're going to leave this as is, but if you did want to, you could adjust the sizing. Let's get this out of the way. Click next. Now, optimizations, I usually turn these off because I've controlled everything for my own creative. So I don't like to have these on. I mean, these are different things, and I go into these in another videos. So if you want more about that, you can check out my playlist to see how to do that kind of thing. In this case, I've just got, as an example, a video with some captions where I'm explaining something, I'm introducing things. My primary text, for some reason, didn't copy over. So we're just going to jump that back in there. And the call to action would be visit Instagram profile. You'll see that show up here, visit Instagram profile. And you can come back down here. If you want, you can turn on your website event. Don't really need that as much for this type of a campaign, and you're set. That's it. That's the process to set up this campaign. You would then go in and click publish, and you're good to go. The only other thing I could possibly do here that would be different is if I did want to test out the different targeting, what I could do is duplicate the ad set. So we've already created the ad. I would duplicate the ad set and then adjust the targeting. So I could, let's say, create one ad campaign or ad set that is targeting worldwide, as I described earlier. If I wanted to go for those low cost followers, I could do a second one targeting Canada and the US, as we've done in this example. I could create a third ad set where I could target a small niche city, for example, Toronto or an area of Toronto, and again, adjust those other audience targeting things that I covered in this video earlier. And then I could set a budget, a different budget for each of those. Maybe it's $3, maybe it's $5, maybe it's $10 a day for each of those. And I could run all three and let Instagram do a test, run it for a couple weeks and see what's the cost of getting Instagram followers for each of those ad groups, each of those ad sets. So that's something that I have tested with clients as well. And that way you get an idea of, hey, if I'm targeting worldwide, this is what the cost for followers is. If I'm going by a country, Canada, US, or specific areas, then I know, hey, if I ran this campaign, that's how much I'm targeting for Instagram followers. That's how much it's going to cost me to get those followers. And then the same thing for that third, smaller niche area. You can see the cost difference of getting followers, and you could run that just for a short time as a test. In this video, I've showed you an easy way to create an Instagram ad so that you can attract more Instagram followers, to create social proof, and to help you reach more people when you're doing more advertising, posting more often on your Instagram profile. Now, if again, you struggle with setting up these campaigns, if you have multiple different campaigns you want to target, if you're looking for help managing your Facebook and Instagram ads, that is something that I do with a lot of clients that we do through my agency. Reach out to me below. There will be a link in the description below. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can go directly to my website. I would love to help you. If you're looking to go beyond doing this yourself, if you want to get better results, if you've been frustrated by the challenges of knowing how to set up campaigns, what wording works best to get more leads and more followers, what's the best creative to use, how do you know when your ads are performing? If you're looking for somebody else to take on all of that struggle for you, that's what we do. We've been doing this for multiple years in our agency, and we help all kinds of different businesses. Connect with me below. I would love to help you out, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. If you're looking for more content, learning how to improve your Facebook and Instagram ads, stay tuned. I've got more videos here that you can follow. Just follow along right after this video, and I'll see you there.